Welcome everybody and welcome to I'll call it a vlog. And today we're going to talk about how do you generate generate income through your real estate business, and what is the holdups on real estate? Or as you as an agent, why can't you get business, and how can we help each other to grow of getting more business? The beauty part of what I like about the EXP model is we can reach out in South Africa to nearly 1,400 agents, but we can also reach out to nearly over 90,000 agents where we can help each other grow. One of the things that Yuan asked the other day, and he said, if I've got a buyer and he's moving over to United States, or he's going to go to England, or he's going to go to Portugal, because we're in 28 countries, what can we do that we still generate a commission? So if you go into the documents of EXP, you can find a commission agreement. So what you can do, you can become a referral agent to that agent that you're dealing with in America, or in England, or in Portugal, or Peru, and even in India. So when you deal with this, you then load it to the transactions. Transactions will then upload it to the right people of that area, and this is how you can safeguard your commission. So that's where how you can start generating a commission in dollars, euros, wherever, because it's a referral agreement. You cannot sell in that country, but you can create a referral opportunity for yourself. So that's one of the things which is quite interesting. So today's presentation is purely to do with how do we create more business for ourselves. And one of the things is that we can create is working on a 55-point plan. Can you guys see my video, my presentation?
Yes.
Okay, so one of the main things is, let me start off with some questions. And you guys can interact here and says, what do you feel is your biggest challenge when you want to grow your mandates? What would you say? Anybody want to ask and say what their biggest challenge is?
Do you mean on a mandate to get a listing?
A mandate, getting listing, or just getting that mandate, the sole mandate, open mandate. When you phone a client, says, can you give me an open mandate or a sole mandate? What is your biggest challenge? What would you say?
I think my biggest challenge so far has been that the response from the owner normally says, "Listen, I've got 6 or 7 other agents. I don't want any more agents." That's one of my huge challenges.
Okay, and that's a common goal in all areas where people are sitting with the same problem. I've got too many agents phoning me. All right, what's the other challenges causing a big problem?
Well, with agents, to get the listing to actually go into higher price. So yeah, so then obviously they say what the seller wants to hear, and you with your more realistic price maybe then as a challenge because listings being listed at too high a value.
Okay, which is where agents are actually buying the mandates by giving misinformed information to the seller.
Yeah.
So those are a couple of questions. Let's look at the next question. So what's keeping you where you want? What's keeping you from where you love to be in the model of EXP or in the real estate business? What's keeping you of not hitting your targets? What would you say?
I think we should give the others also some time to answer, Johan.
Anybody, if you want to carry on answering, it's not a problem. It's whoever wants to interact.
I would say, Ron, from my side, that there's a lot of admin involved, and being an agent and having to do everything can get a little bit overpowering.
Okay, it could be an admin issue. What else?
Mm.
Okay, Ron, with
Yeah.
me, I have to answer. Can I please answer the first one? I
Yes,
think
you
the
can.
biggest challenge for me is the percentage commission. One agent will be 5%, one 2%, one 7%. That's the biggest challenge with me. They to find the other agencies, they've got the different percentage for the commission.
Okay, which is great, and a fantastic point. And there's ways and means of overcoming those pointers.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't have to answer. Each one is, I've been in the company now for 3 years in 2022. Jon, how long have you been?
Only about 9 months now.
Well, that's about a year. Gert, how long have you been with EXP?
Yeah, 2 years.
And you, Lebo?
2 years.
2 years, okay. How many sellers and buyers have you recruited in the last couple of years or last 6 months and so on? You know, it's quite an interesting question, because the reason is a buyer
Sellers
can
and
become a seller and a seller can become a buyer.
Mhm.
So if you look around talking about this, because the reason why sellers and buyers are very important is because as soon as you close a deal, you go to the next one, but you never keep your seller and buyer close to your chest, because it's like going to the doctor. If you're happy with your doctor, you'll always go back to him. If you're not happy with your doctor, you're not going to go back to him. So when you build up you have to build up a relationship with your buyers and sellers, that you can come, that they come to you instead of you trying to sell to them, that they rather buy from you. To give an example, I just had this call. At the moment, I'm sitting in the UK. The client that phoned me, she's from Durban. She asked me to look for properties on the West Coast. I'm busy dealing with her on the West Coast. She's sending her daughter out there to go find out more about the property, but they will work through me by putting the deal together if she's happy with the deal. Because I've been working with her for the last 6 months. I've given her a great opportunity. I've been sharing leads with her. So through this, I keep the buyer happy. But at the same time, I build up a network with the agent on that side. So the next question is, how many mandates are still active on your portfolio? Jon, you've got quite a bit.
Yeah, no, I've got quite a few years.
So
Yes.
what we need to identify, these mandates is on your portfolio, why is it not moving? And these are the reason I'm asking these questions, is these are things that's relevant to our business, why we're not growing. And I'm going to show you what we have to do to get the business running.
Sorry, can I ask a question
Of course you
about that
can.
one? How many sellers or buyers have you recruited?
Yeah.
I thought you say we recruited to maybe EXP, or
No.
you mean like I've kept? Oh, okay.
Okay. To what you got in mandates.
Oh, no.
Okay.
The fourth question. How many
Yeah.
sellers or buyers have you recruited? Yes.
Recruited to get
Okay,
mandates.
because mine, the sellers and the buyers that I sold the properties to are the ones that are getting me more people to buy. They are the ones that are referring people to me to buy. I still have them on my portfolio, and we still have a long way. We still visit each other. They are actually the ones that are referring many clients to me for who wants to buy the properties and who wants to sell.
Okay. Lebo, where are you situated?
Bloemfontein.
In Bloemfontein. Okay.
Johan.
All right. Now, Lebo, which is great. So if you look at, to give you an idea, and the reason I'm asking this question, because it's relevant to Jon and maybe with Gert as well. So because you work probably a lot, maybe in the lots with the government and municipality sector, is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes. Government, yes.
Okay, so government, a lot of those properties, because a lot of those people needs assistance. And as you know,
Yes.
in that market, a lot of buyers don't qualify because of too many loans. Do you agree with me?
Yes, true.
too many people are sitting on a debt review. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
All right. So all of a sudden you're sitting with problems and you're working hard, but you're not closing deals because of the database you're working with, it because it's saturated with too many loans and debt and stuff like that. And there's probably close to, let's call it 50 to 60 schools, hospitals, and so on. So you're looking at a database of probably 20,000 people in the Bloemfontein area. Do you agree with me, Lebo?
Okay, yes.
Okay. So the reason I'm mentioning this is because that's what my game is as well, is I help people to remove from debt review and get them pre-qualified for bonds, which I can pass those leads back to you to sell and close deals.
Oh, that was a good one.
All
The
right.
other one that I also need help is the ones that are on business, that wants to buy cash. You find the person has money, but because it's not, I think the banks, they don't want to give the loans anymore, because I had a client that raised up to like 4 million. The house is 6 million, but now the bank doesn't want to give the 2 million. He has to raise the other one. I think I have 2 clients that will really need help. I will really appreciate if you can help me on
Okay.
that side.
Now, the reason what's important there is it's not that banks don't want to help them, it's because their finances is not in order. And the reason why their finances is not in order because they haven't got a proper bookkeeping scenario. So what we do is we restructure the whole system for them to qualify for that bond, because the big thing is, how do we create a business plan to close that deal for them? So those are a couple of ideas that we can work on to get your deal through.
Okay. All right.
You see, so
Now,
there's
what's the procedure? You will send us. You will send us.
so we'll take this offline and discuss it. But I just want to go through this.
All right. Okay.
The next question is, where would you love to take your real estate business? Where do you see yourself going forward? Okay.
Sitting on the beaches in Hawaii doing my business.
Yeah. So if you know where you want to take your real estate business, because you have to put a business plan together, and most of us haven't even got a business plan because we don't know what we want, because what we're doing is we're chasing our tail, we're selling our time for an income instead of buying our time back to create multiple streams of income. How much money would you like to earn a month? Give me a question. Give me an answer. Johan, how much do you want?
Oh, that's a difficult one. Okay, I'll let somebody else answer because I can't even think about it.
Okay, Lebo, how much?
250,000.
250. Okay.
Thousand.
That's not a problem. What's a little?
It's for now as a start.
Gert, what have you got down as a target?
Well, 100. So I'm even less than a Lebo, yeah. But
okay, Volna, how much do you want to earn?
I would like to cap within 6 months.
Okay, so let me put it to you this way. Let's look at Lebo. Okay, 250,000. So if you sell a 1 million rand property and you've done the sole mandate yourself, you're already 75% there. All you have to do is sell 4 houses
Per month.
a month. Okay. The next one is, forget about that. Let's look at it. So if you got a mandate and you got 10 buyers, of those 10 buyers pre-qualify, and through Multinet you get 0.5%. Take that 0.5%, look at the bond amounts of, let's say, a million rand each. That's 5,000 rand. You've already generated for four deals, 20,000 rand a month. I'm just using that as an example. So it's not about selling the property, is how do you use your streams of income in EXP to generate your target market. The problem that, like Jan, for instance, is, I'm just using that as an example, because if you want to succeed, we need to have a monetary value attached where we brush your teeth, that we can see it every day. So if you want to put down this 150,000, you have to see that 150,000 Rand on a daily basis, and you have to break it down into smaller pieces. What do you need to sell? How many bond originations do you have to do? All the other streams of income. How many people do you want to recruit in your business of other agents to make up the difference? What is your shares that you're going to earn? So how many, and I'm just using certain scenarios. If you can convert one ID number into 7 revenue streams, it's easier to get to your target market going forward. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you love to accomplish? What is your goal? Do you want to go on holiday? All of those things you can start putting down into a plan, what you want to do to become more successful as that independent agent, or for your family. If you want to go overseas once a month, write it down, put it as a goal and achieve it. As Napoleon Hill said in Think and Grow Rich, whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve. But if you're not going to write down your dream, you're not going to manifest work that you've already achieved it. Manifest that you say, yes, I've already achieved it. It's like if you want to buy a Mercedes and you drive a VW, just visualize that you're driving a Mercedes on it every day. The Mercedes will come. As how you put yourself in to accomplish what you want to achieve going forward. So most people don't understand how real estate work and how to be successful in the real estate business. So this is where we find a lot of the problems. Coming back to the questions, rejections, 2.5% commission, agent listing mandates without paperwork. People don't know how to close, what to say. Some people don't answer. They block you, as I know some people are like blocking me, but I'm not going to mention names. But you picked up somebody laughing. But anyway, not all areas are open. Some sellers will shout at you. Lack of training. No money to use a cell phone. So what they're trying to do is trying to do WhatsApp calls or looking for excuses. And at the end of the day, a lot of agents hasn't got a great mentor. And even if you're a full status agent, doesn't mean you're a mentor, because you might do the exams, but you're also battling going forward. So when you work with people, it's better to work with people that understands the market, that's better than you. By working with 5 top people, you'll become the sixth person. Working with people that's got no idea, you'll become the 6th one as well. It's how you choose the people you want to work with. Does that answer some of your questions?
Yes.
Definitely.
So I'm just using the area where I'm working with in Blouberg. There's 66,000 rooftops, 3,818 properties on the market. There's 240 real estate agencies, 400 agents working on 3,800 properties. And there will be an average of 9.72 mandates per agent. But only a few people has got the mandates. So a lot of us will blame the area, lots of times we blame the market, but we need to identify what will set us apart from any other agent to be more successful. So to get 10 mandates in 30 days is success loves speed. And you have to duplicate everything in the next 30 days. Because why? If you don't go full throttle, you're going to run out of runway. So if you understand how success loves speed, there's a way to do it. So let's look at it at the market, what's actually happening. Doesn't matter if it's a South African market, doesn't matter if it's a European market, doesn't matter if it's an American market. Doesn't matter if you're in real estate, it doesn't matter if you're in car sales. 70% of people will do 0 sales. 20% will do between 1 to 2 sales a year. 5% will do 3 to 5% sales per year, 3% to 6.9, and 2% will do most of the sales. Because this group does 30%, where the 2% does 70%. They have more mandates. They become market leaders. They build their own personal brand. They do 70% of all sales, and they dominate the area. What do you think of this slide? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
unfortunately it is the truth. Yeah.
Okay, so Yardie become the 2%. So this is what the Zoom meeting is all about. Is Yardie become the 2% of being a success in your business. So what happens if you control 10 mandates of your area? You control the market. Other agents will be selling your stock. You'll get extra buyers, which you then can convert into pre-approvals, which you can shop out, then become a buyer's agent. I'm just using that as an example. What will your income be worth by controlling the 10 mandates? How do you build up your passive income? How do you become that premier agent and take advantage of your skill set and become the role model that everybody wants to go to? Because it starts with you as an agent to become that success, but it starts with understanding how to get the mandates and understanding your area. So, what is your income worth to you by controlling this? So you need to say, it's like Lebo said, I want 250,000. So if she can control what I just showed you now, she can control what she earns and even more, because you have to do the following. You have to decide, is this business for you? Am I prepared to move out of my comfort zone? Am I hungry enough? Am I coachable? Are you prepared to face your fears? You have to live every day as it's your last day. Think about it. Because if you live every day as your last day, what would you accomplish? And this is what's important, is how do you buy back your time? And this is where it becomes important, your script. And one of the scripts is, sir, I see your property is on the market. I'm thinking of selling. No, Johan, I've got my own agents I'm looking with. I've already got 5 agents. What is your commission? Well, my commission is 77.5%. No, I'm working with this agent. They're giving me 2.5%. You know, you need to understand the script. You need to understand that that person's pain. Why is he selling? One of the scripts I will use is very simple. So I'm Ron. I'm new to Blouberg. I see your house is in the market. Are you happy with your client? Do you mind if we could list it? I know you're working with a lot of agents. Or I see your mandate expires on the 31st of April. Would you mind giving me a chance to market your property? Feel the client, create conversations, because your script has got to do, you have to create a conversation with your seller, your buyer, because people buy from people. People don't like to be sold to, because every agent is trying to get the mandate, because at the end of the day, this is where the problem comes in. I just want to go back to the brick and mortar companies. A lot of the brick and mortar companies, I worked for 2 brick and mortar companies. And what I don't understand is we're taking 50% of our time to make them successful, where the principal can have a lifestyle, because we become their aftercare fee on a daily basis or a monthly basis. But they're not providing us the leads, what they promised us at the end of the day. They're sitting in the same predicament as any of us in EXP of running our own business, because they see they're sitting with the office doesn't mean it's going to work for them. All what they're doing is now is putting pressure on for the principal to generate extra income for the principal and getting free phone calls because they can use the company's phone. But if you understand, you have to work with people using the right scripts. Tell them what they want to know. What action are you going to take? This is what's important. And there's a lot of different ways, which I will do in the next or 2 episodes. You have to create a script for people to buy from you instead of you selling to them. What is script when you do the presentation? What type of, when you do your marketing pack, your mandate marketing pack, what are you going into that script? How is that person going to buy from you at the end of the day? How do you create your follow-ups? Yet, to give you an idea, if you're sitting with a person and you just sold the property to them, 3 years later, you haven't heard of them, and somebody else, it goes to another agent, says, well, that was my client 3 years ago. Why did he go there? Because you never followed up and say, happy birthday. Do you know you've been in the property for nearly a year? Happy anniversary. Drop him a box of chocolates off. Send some flowers or take a plant. Just to create the follow-ups to generate those leads that people buy from you instead of trying to sell to them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
What type of script are you going to make for appointments? Okay. Is all the scripts that you've done scalable to make your business work? So the other 3 S's. Okay. The less you say, the more you're going to make. It's keeping it simple. A system you must have must be duplicatable. Support. You must have the confidence and the belief in offering a support to your team. You know, this is what I'm creating in EXP. So Wilna's the only one in my team, but she's my family. Johan, Lebo, and Gert is my extended family. But we've all got the common goal is how do we grow with each other? How do we pollinize with each other? How do we grow with each other? And this is where the support comes in. What I'm trying to create in my EXP portfolio, how do we grow as one by leveraging from each other, helping each other with saving time and going forward. So how does it work? It works with a 90-day master plan. Plan your day in 15-minute segments. Use a daily CRM system. Create a social media article. Not, hey, have you checked my latest property I've sold? Or you've got this nice property you're selling. Social media has got to do being social. Walk on the beach and tell the people about this beautiful property with the seaside on it and the views that you've got watching the kite surfers. People wants to know more about the social side of you. And if you can create a social environment by using social media, people are going to start working with you. Prepare a brochure or social media on a show house, but not just say, I've got a show house. Tell them a story. Do a walkthrough. Not a walkthrough just on the property, but if this person's got a nice antique furniture or nice couch, show them how beautiful this couch is to create the interest. And the reason why you want to create the interest, because there's a lot of people that loves antique furniture. Or it could be a modern painting. It could be a beautiful kitchen, you know, whatever it is, to sell the dream. Because remember, buyers and sellers, they haven't actually they don't understand what their wish list is. It's for you to create something in the wish list for them to buy into you by selling them that dream. List the properties on the portals. Use AI to create proper scripts for your portals, your flyer drops. Create one business activity. And this is a great one. And I want to use a good example. I created a mastermind with Volna a year ago. And that mastermind is still running with a network. And in there we've got, I think, 3 EXP agents and 2 other agents plus external other people, a bond originator. But it's how do we create a social environment by networking with each other, sharing ideas, sharing listings, sharing clients, whatever. This helps you to grow your business going forward. Take 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the afternoon and just do cold calling, because you've got the software how to do it. Do a video of your property, post it on a social media link. But don't put it as a 5-minute video. Break it down in segments, in 1-minute videos where you can put it on TikTok and on Facebook, Instagram. Feedback to sellers on a regular basis on your mandates. Create social media posts. What's happening in the industry? Well, the interest rate hasn't gone up. It's exactly the same as last month. This is how much money you're going to save if the interest rates go down by 0.25%. Have you ever thought of maybe taking an access bond to purchase another property? I'm just using all of this type of ideas. Create a personal email where it says, happy birthday, Volna, happy birthday, Johan, Lebo. How does it make you feel when it comes from your agent with your branding on it? Work with buyers and do matches using PropCon. There's a whole lot of things. Does anybody wants to add any questions on this, on your marketing?
Yeah, sorry, Volnas. I just wanted to ask Ron, is it possible that we can somehow get these points from you somehow?
I will discuss that a bit later on.
Okay.
It will be available on YouTube, won't it?
Yeah, but there's another curveball that's coming on that.
Oh, okay.
All right. So your funnel, update your listings in your area, create a CRM system with your telephone list, make contact with the seller, match buyers with sellers, and do a daily planning. So this is what I've got. So I just want to stop my share on this one. Sorry, I just want to go to the next slide. The opportunities for buyers, the sellers, link the buyers through your PropCon, your valuations, the mandate. Use a CRM system that needs to come out. The share houses. Fill your funnel and start controlling your stock. So let's look at how do you break up your month? Make contact with your client using virtual agent. Find the properties on Lightstone or CMA. Use the right script. Use open-ended questions. Not, for instance, I said, do you want to sell your property? Now I've got the agent. Create an open-ended question to create that conversation. Ask the seller, why are they selling? What is their requirements? These are all open-ended questions. To give you an idea, myself and Volna went to go see a client in Edgemead. The property was overpriced. Okay. I didn't want to take the mandate. I could have taken the mandate, but I said to him, I'm not interested in selling because I'm not going to waste my time. But I left him a marketing pack, and my marketing pack was in there. I created a Lightstone report for him, showed him what's happening in the area. I then done a Property 24 report, what's actually happening. Yeah, the interest rates is increasing. Yeah, his property is increased by 0.2%. And he overpaid for his property, and I left it 3 weeks later, he phoned me and says, I'm prepared to work with you because I left a marketing pack by explaining everything what's good about his property and what he can do differently on his property to market it. I never told you how bad the area is. I just said you're good and what he can improve on. So always keep your actions into a positive conversation. Then qualify the seller. What are they expecting in timing selling their property? Now that's very important. So let's say, for instance, you're going to go in and you're putting a mandate together and it's overpriced. You're getting the mandate and the property is worth 3.5 million as an example. But the person feels he wants 4 million. I said, fantastic. I agree. Let's put it at 4 million and see if we can sell it for you. And what's important, what I'm showing you here, is we had a client, my wife and I had a client in Blouberg. And we done the market research, and I think they wanted, doing the proper valuation, we came in, I think, at 3.2 million. Another agency came in at, I think, 3.9 million, 4.2 million, over the 4 million. And we giggled and said, oh, they will never sell it. 3 weeks later, they sold it for 3.8 million. Because it was just that one buyer that loved the property, says, it's just a place where I can move in. So sometimes you might just get that right buyer. But when you work with that seller, if it doesn't sell in 2 or 3 weeks, go do some price counseling, bring it down a little bit for a little bit. Why is it important? Because every time you change it on the portals, it will push you back to the top. So sometimes if it's overpriced, bring it down. It says price reduced. All of a sudden gets back to the portals. People see it. Oh, that could be a bargain. It's how you create a negotiation with your seller, but being in contact and make sure what does the seller want from you, not what you want from the seller. Provide that service, the timing and the expectations. The question is, I'm sitting with one of the EXP friends, and she went to go see a client and a seller. Seller didn't want to sell. She then approached me. I then put my negotiating hat on because I understand what the needs are of particular people with, because this was a bank repossession. After explaining the do's and the don'ts, how much shortfall she's going to have if she's not going to go according to what the bank's offering, rather take what you can get now and negotiate with the bank. Because why do you want to pay a bond at the end of the day that doesn't even belong to you? And working with her, the deal was concluded. You need to understand how to qualify that seller. What do they want? Maybe there could be a death in the family. There could be that all the kids is left, they want to cut down. Or maybe it's a young family that now wants from a 2-bedroom to a 3-bedroom. Understand what their needs are. Understand their wish list. That's what you need to do. Qualify, but ask the right questions. Prepare a valuation pack or set an appointment. Create a mandate pack. In that mandate pack, tell him who you are. What are you good at? Tell him about yourself. Put your testimonials in there. Show what's happening in their street. What is the crime rate? What is good about the area? What are you going to do in marketing their business? Because their property and so on. How do they grow themselves to become a success by selling their property? And what is your timelines that you're going to do? Because through this, you are building up a relationship. This is how you become a 7.5% mandate agent. So in closing, go back, do the mandate pack, explain the valuation, what you recommend, and then give them a day or two to think about it and follow up. It says, hey, Lebo, Here's things. Have you looked at my mandate pack? What did you like most about my mandate pack? And create that conversation. That is how you can start building up a nice relationship going forward. So how do you do it? And this is where it comes interesting. Planning, self-promotion, canvassing, servicing, and income activities. So on that, I just want to stop my presentation there. Any questions on what I've explained to you?
Ron, I think just to make it clear, that was very well presented and it makes sense. I think what we also just need to mention is the fact that because we're a very cloud-based company, we can't always get to our properties. In other words, I might have a property in Blauberg or whatever. Then, unfortunately, you have to sort of like communicate with the owner and ask them, listen, please, won't you just shoot me a short video of your property so that I can share it on my YouTube channel or whatever. I think that makes it also challenging because maybe the owner won't want to do that. So what do you do in that kind of way?
Okay, so the answer to that question is quite simple, Johan, is 80% of your business must be controlled in the area where you live. 20% can be controlled externally and work with the agent you built up a relationship with to work on a 50-50 agreement. Because if you can control the mandate, you can control that agent. So if you're going to just do mandates all over, look for that agent that you want to work with, work on a 50-50. But again, you're not in control with that seller because you can maybe lose that seller at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, you sit in coffee shops and not build relationships. You have to have such a strong bond and tell them exactly where you are. So this is where it's important, where you understand how you work with your client at the end of the day. So look for people close to you, work with your contacts, work with your list. And what I'll do next week is how do you create your list of clients and how to find clients going forward. Today is just purely to get how do you get yourself to get to your 250,000 Rand a month or your 100,000 Rand a month, which comes to my next slide. Gert, is there any questions you'd like to ask?
Not at this stage, no.
Lebo? Well, no, is there anything you want to ask?
No, I'm fine. Thank you, Ron.
Okay, so I just want to use so everything I showed you now comes into the next format. So this format will be, this PDF will be on my folder. It forms part of your 90-day preparation plan. As you'll see, your preparation checklist, this is what you do every week or every day as you want to do it, because it works through a 90-day cycle. Revise your listings. See what listings you've got. You might have 27 mandates. What information did you receive on this? How many leads did you get? Why is it not working? Must I do a recon on my mandates? Maybe do maybe speak to the seller and say to him what's actually happening. So if you look at your preparation checklist, follow up with calls, social media posts, using AI, prepare a show house brochure if you've got a show house. Not every day, every week, all of this is going to work, because you might only, in the preparation checklist, only maybe 3 might work for this week, or 2 might work for the day. You then go into your personal branding. How many business cards have you put out? So how do you get your business cards out to people? You use virtual agent because you've got 60 clicks. You pull the stuff in from Lightstone, using Lightstone to do a property report for that street. find the owners, send them, listen, I want to send you my weekly blog. Would you mind if I get your email address and tell them what's actually happening? What is the crime statistics? What's happening with the interest rates? What's happening in their area if there's a new development or maybe a road going through a new road that's being built or new developments or shopping center. Be in their faces the whole time by creating some blogs. Do Zoom trainings, is that what I'm doing now? Update your boards. Do an email campaign, happy anniversary on their property or when they got married or a birthday wish. You know, spend 1 hour a day on a business activity that's going to bring you money. So as you'll see, I've got different points in each. Those points must generate at least 30 points to 50 points. So you need to reach at least through all of this 150 points per week to make your business work. So you need to get at least 30 points a day to get your activity sorted out. Your prospecting. Find 20 properties on the portals. Use Virtual Agent and Lightstone. Upload it to your PropCon. Create a syndication in your PropCon. Find the wish list with matching buyers and sellers. So you can put all of this into PropCon that can help your business grow. Set appointments for mandates. And so we can carry on. So your feedback and servicing. How do you service your mandates? Your show house report, going back to your client. Feedback to the seller. What happened on the show house? The buyers list. So if you've got a buyers list of X, work with those buyers lists. Find out how many can you get pre-qualified. Do a property match. Be in contact with them. So these are things that you do on a daily basis. And this is a checklist that you can do. Now, all of this, what I've done is starts generating initiatives. So what you could look at, schedule appointment. Now you've got a buyer, you've got an appointment. That's 5 points. So if you've got 5 buyers, you've got 25 points already. If you sign a mandate, it's 5 points. Price counseling, because that might be a mandate that's old. Price counseling, a show day. All of this, you can start creating what I just showed you through the presentation. And in your totals, that's what you can do on a daily basis. And this is, at the end of the day, you can start generating your 10 mandates a month and start closing deals, because you have to have a 90-day plan that will work for you going forward. Any questions on that, Gert? Does that make sense?
No, it definitely makes sense.
As what you put in is what you're going to get out. Johan, would you like to comment on that?
I think, Ron, you've put it out very well. And yeah, it's all about manifestation. What you just said now is actually very true. What you put in is what you're going to get out. So yeah, if you wish to get up every morning at 11 o'clock and start working then, and you knock off at 4 o'clock, I don't think you're going to reach those 30 points.
9%. Wilna, you would like to add something?
No, I've actually been with you through this exercise quite a bit. And it's always just refreshing to see it and to remind me of the things that I'm not doing.
Lebo, would you like to add something?
Yeah, also the area specialist. I think that one also can work well for me. Like if you are situated in the north, to specialize, not to be everywhere. Because if you are everywhere, I think sometimes it's draining. It's better that you know you are specializing in certain area. It can be a good idea also.
100%. As I said, it's horses for courses. Like for instance, my methodology, I worked a bit differently than a lot of agents, because I use my financial literacy as an example by helping buyers to get qualified. I use the buyers as my strength, which I work with agents with external agents. So I know what they require, and I'm in control because that buyer has brought trust in me, because what I'm doing now is I'm helping them to get that house, because I've helped them out of debt review. I got them pre-qualified, and now I says, I will look at looking for property for you. Tell me where you want to go. They will find the property. I will speak to the agent and says all agreements must come through to me, because I don't want my client to come short. So I will investigate where the problems lie, and the buyer is quite happy for me taking control. So this is what the beauty part is how do you take control of the buyer or the seller, because they have to invest in you at the end of the day. So if you work on a 90-day plan, and that 90 plan starts cycling, that's how you're going to start generating your 10 mandates. Out of those 10 mandates, you might do 2 to 3 to 4 sales a month. You might sell one property, and other agents might sell three of your properties. At the end of the day, by having those mandates, you're getting it through the portals. You got the buyers list. By working those buyers lists, you get the pre-approvals. The pre-approvals are people as happy that you got them pre-approved. You work with them. They might not be in your area. They want to go to Cape Town. They might go into Bloemfontein. They might be in Durban, whatever. You just help them to follow up and work through them. This is what's important. How do you grow your business going forward? As long as you've got a 90-day plan, which I use, and I see it working for me. It's all up to you what you need to do to make your business work. And what I've done there on that PDF, I've created a new YouTube channel. And in this YouTube channel, if you go in and subscribe to my YouTube channel, the PDF will be there. This video will probably be uploaded tomorrow. I'll send the link in there. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and through this, you can also have the download of the 90-day plan. Would that be okay for you guys?
Yes, thank you.
Gert, what did you like most about this presentation?
Were you asking, Ron?
Gert.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Jy het my naam gehoor nie.
Ja.
Nee, what I like about it is obviously, it's well structured. And yeah, I think it's it's based on a success recipe. My challenge is normally that I actually want to do too many things actually. So some of it we know. Obviously, as I say, there are quite a few new things around that as well. But I think, the main thing is, I don't know that your ages and all those type of things, but with the years, one picks up things that you keep yourself busy with. And so it is actually to have the time available to really to have that commitment to follow that program, to make that commitment, I think can be quite challenging. So
Gert, to answer your question, that reminds me of Arnold Schwarzenegger. That the one reporter asked him, how many hours do you sleep? He says, I sleep 6 hours a day. It says, and I break my days up in quarters, one for gym, one to spend for my business, and one to spend 6 hours to spend with my family. It says, why don't you sleep 8 hours? It says, because you want to sleep 8 hours, you need to sleep faster. So, if you want to be successful, is stand up an hour earlier in the morning, put your 90-day plan together, do your tick boxes, see what you have to do, create CRM systems to do automation for you. There's a lot of stuff which I'll be speaking about. You have to create email automations to make your business work. How do you create newsletters to make your business work? This is what my platform is all about, is how do you monetize yourself by buying back your time? Johan, what did you like most?
No, the whole presentation was fantastic. That 90-day plan. I personally think a lot of agents don't do that. They go and they sit down and they just say, all right, I'm going to start doing this. And they start doing it. And they're not following a certain a way of doing things every day. And this 90-day plan is fantastic. It's really valuable.
Yeah. Lebo, what did you like most?
Yeah, I think it is an eye opener for me because what I'm thinking now when you're talking like this is to make a vision board just for this business. As where do I want to go? Where am I? What made me to not to make it yesterday or last year? Then I just look forward. I think it's a real eye opener. I will definitely plan differently now. That 90-day plan, it's a wow.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a vision board and write every day and look at it and see where am I and where am I going to and with the business.
And Vilna, what did you like most?
No, I liked the whole presentation, but I want to add on to what Lebo was saying. I actually agree with her. For me, that 90-point plan must be visible so that I can constantly remind myself of all the things that I've got to take into consideration. So, yeah, I'll have to make a plan to make it visible, even if I put it on as my screensaver or something like that, just to be aware of it.
100% Vilna. And guys, also what I've done is in the chat, I've got my cell phone number in there. Gert, if you need to reach out at Lebo, you can just write my number down. Send me a WhatsApp, and then what I can do is put your details on my EXP mastermind group for every Thursday.
Can we invite?
Ron, sorry.
Can we invite some other people next week Thursday? EXP. Okay.
Even if it's not even it doesn't have to be EXP. It can be any agent.
Okay.
But the conversation is EXP.
All right, not a problem.
But you can invite any other agent that you want to join in the system.
Okay. Because the one that I've invited now, he's late.
Okay.
Ron, there's just a little bit of a side note that I want to make here.
Yeah.
You were talking earlier about your clients looking for a place on the West Coast. I've got two there if you're interested.
No problem. We can chat about that. So in closing, what I want to say is that when you download this 90-day plan, okay, you can now link this directly into PropCon, into the diary system as a task. So if you need to do something, it opens in a task. It makes your life a bit easier, or you can put it into Google Calendar, so it will help you to follow up. So you can now save a lot of time. So if you've got a mandate that you want to do, you link it to your calendars. When you open your calendar, it says, this is what you need to do. I need to send an email out. Let's say, for instance, you've got 10 emails. You put it into your email, like a MailChimp or Brevo or a MailChimp, a mail campaign, and you can just do a bulk email. All of this can help you out, and this is what I'm going to explain to you, how you can do your business and create more time for you to focus on the mandates, to have that one-on-one conversation, that at the end of the day, you've got more time for yourself going forward. So on that note, have a great day. Thanks for joining. Let's see each other next week, Thursday.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you. Keep well.
Thanks,